Hi, welcome to our series of short demos. In this demo, I'm going to focus on the company structure in our KYC responder. Just a bit of background on the companies. In our KYC responder, all data and documents that you would need for a KYC share sits under the companies or your legal entities, if you will. So here you can see on the left-hand side, we have a tab called Companies. I'm just going to click on this, and then you can see this is the demo tenant. We have 24 active legal entities in this demo tenant. So imagine your company, all your legal entities in this view. We have companies with more than 2,000 legal entities, and we have companies with a very few number of legal entities. But what they have in common is that they all have a big need for sharing KYC, especially with banks, but it could be anybody else who's asking, law firms, auditors, companies that are doing due diligence on them. And what we are seeing, of course, is that KYC is definitely going up and everybody is conducting due diligence on each other. So the way that we done this is that when we onboard a client, we start by building up the legal entity structure, where we also can visualize that legal entity structure. That's actually another short demo that you can watch on this channel, so you can see how that works if you're interested in that. But for now, we're just going to focus on the companies and the legal entities. So under each legal entity, we start by adding data and documents to these different tabs. And of course, then we also make sure that we build up the legal entity structure, so the relations between mother and daughter companies. So you're also then able to actually visualize that legal entity structure. So the easy stuff is the details. So what is the corporation name? What is the registration number? The incorporation date? All that basic information which you probably have today, either in a legal entity management system or in an Excel sheet or in other files. We'll make sure to make that available in this platform as well. So it's here when you need it for a share. The idea is, of course, that you put in information in the platform once, and going forward, you can just pull the information when you need it for a given share. We are going to talk about how we're going to share KYC data to banks and other third parties in another short demo. So also watch out for that in this channel. So the easy stuff, as I mentioned, the address, the corporation name, that's fairly easy. You don't need to fill everything out. You can very easily edit and update information here if you will, if you just need one or to change one piece of information. Of course, if you have more or a lot of legal entities changes, we will help you do a bulk change as well. Also, documents, we of course also make sure that you can store all relevant documents that you need for KYC sharing. And again, it's up to you what kind of documents you think is relevant. There's no limit on how many documents, what type of documents that you want here. It's completely up to you. We have a few examples here in this demo. It could be documents like declaration of trust, power of attorneys. Of course, these documents can, of course, be viewed in the platform, maintained. You can add different tags of metadata, so issue date, expiry dates, and of course, expiry dates can be relevant if you have documents where you know that they have to be updated at a frequently. Then you can add an expiry date, and then the system will inform you when a document is about to expire, so you can make sure to keep that document fresh. You can, of course, download the document if you need it for an internal share or for any other topics that you would think that you need. It's very easy to upload new documents. Simply just drag and drop. We support a lot of different formats, as you can see. And again, back to the tagging, we have we have a fairly extensive library of the different documents that we think is relevant for KYC. If this kind of document is not here that you're looking for, we can add that, or you can always add the other category. And of course, then you have country, you can issued country, you can have issue date, expiry dates, internal notes, and so forth. Also, what is possible on the platform is that you can request a document. So in Avallone, we don't charge for number of users, so you can actually be as many users as you want on the platform. And the reason for that is that we believe in collaboration. So we believe that KYC is not a task solely, for example, for the treasury team. It's a task that should be divided between, treasury, tax, legal, and any other divisions that might have an opinion or a need to actually add documents and data to KYC. So again, you can have as many colleagues as you want on the platform, and then you can actually, instead of, if you know that Ada in legal has a document that you need for this legal entity, you can actually just ask for that document. So that could be, company rules and decisions, for example, and what kind of documents I need, the articles of association, and as I mentioned, I know Ada has that document and I need it. So I will ask Ada, and she has a due date until tomorrow. I can put in a small email message to Ada. I will send that. She will receive an email with a link. She goes straight into the platform where she can upload the document, so we can maintain that document within the security of Avallone. We are, of course, GDPR compliant, so we can maintain and store documents and share documents securely from within Avallone. So that's the other way of actually grabbing documents from one of your coworkers, which is also an interesting use case. The Officers tab, I'm going to come back to that in a different demo, so watch out for that as well, because the Officers tab, where we store documents and data for company officers like passports and utility bills, I think that's a segment for itself, so I'm going to circle back to that in a different demo. Then, of course, you can also add the UBOs. So the UBOs, or the ultimate beneficial owners, you can add the ownership and the voting rights. So the system will then calculate all the way to the top of the ultimate beneficial owners of how the ownership and voting rights structure looks like. Also, depending on which legal entity you're looking at, it will still then do the right calculation, which is also a fairly clever way, because you would need that in any KYC share. And also just look out for the legal entity structure demo, where you can see a bit more about this subject. The Q&A segment, I'm also gonna park this for another demo, because that's also a big topic. So this is the whole topic of questionnaires, how we can build that foundational Q&As, where you would have answers to a lot of the classic questions that you would need to answer in any KYC share. But again, that's for a completely separate demo. Then, of course, the legal entity structure under each legal entity, you can, of course, visualize that. Again, also looking or referring to the demo where we go deeper into that subject. The last thing I'm just going to mention on the company tab is that, of course, we track all the activities. So we have an audit trail on everything that goes on in the activities. So you will always be able to see who did what at what time. I think that's it just for the quick tour of the company tab. And please reach out to us if you have any other questions. We're going to go deeper into the responder. My name is Lars. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer in Avallone. Thank you.